Welcome to PR Talk Show, initiated by Rabdi Meher National NGO. And today's the guest is Mr. PK Jaggi, and I'm your host, Mohammed Shabaz Alam. Firstly, I will say something about Mr. PK Jaggi. He is former licensing authority and head of office, Delhi State Drug Control. And just I will share his education. He is B.Pharm, LLB, and MBA. He was very much planned about the pharmacy world actually. सभी का सपना होता है कि हम बी फार्मा करने के बाद में ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर बने। ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर का मतलब है चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर ऑफ ड्रग कंट्रोल डिपार्टमेंट। यही वो बंदा होता है जिसके हाथ में सब कुछ होती है, सारी चाबी होती है। और अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी ये बता दिया है 29 अगस्त को कि क्या पावर है ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर का। लेकिन पीके जग्गी साहब ने जब अपना करियर शुरू किया था एज ए ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर, वो फिर प्रोमोट होते हुए अपने एक फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन की तरफ पहुंचे और स्टेट लाइसेंसिंग अथॉरिटी बने और हेड ऑफ ऑफिस बने ड्रग कंट्रोल डिपार्टमेंट न्यू दिल्ली के। लेकिन उससे पहले इन्होंने ओएसडी ऑफिसर ऑफ स्पेशल ड्यूटी लीगल सेल और इंचार्ज इंटेलिजेंस सेल दिल्ली और एग्जामिनर भी बने जामिया हमदर्द के और अमेठी के। इन्होंने सीडीसीओ के ऑफिसर्स को भी ट्रेन किया और डॉक्टर्स को, जुडिशियल ऑफिसर्स को भी ट्रेन किया है और इन्होंने डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर एडिटर को भी ट्रेन किया है। मतलब इनके अंदर जो चीज़ है कि उन्होंने फार्मा इंडस्ट्री के सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स को जोड़ा है, ट्रेन किया है, अवेयर किया है, एडुकेट किया है, ताकि लोगों को कोई वायलेशन ना करे, कोई अगर एक्शन लिया जाए तो ये ना बोले कि जी मेरे को पता नहीं था। इन्होंने सबको ट्रेन करके, तैयार करके स्टेक होल्डर्स को आगे बढ़ाया है। जग्गी साहब इतने मशहूर हैं आज के डेट में कि जिनके बारे में मैं ये कहूँ कि एडवोकेट सुशांत महापात्रा जी को भी फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में इंड्यूस करने वाले जग्गी साहब ही हैं। और सुशांत महापात्रा जी आज पूरे फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में बहुत ही नामचीन एडवोकेट हैं। जग्गी साहब को बहुत सारे अवार्ड से नवाजा गया है। इनको बेस्ट ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर का अवार्ड 2002 में ही मिल गया। फिर उन्हें आईपीजीए का फेलोशिप अवार्ड मिला 2011 में और केसी चटर्जी अवार्ड मिला इनको 2014 में और आईपीजीए लाइफ टाइम अवार्ड 2016 में मिला। और फार्मा रत्न, रियली ये फार्मा रत्न है और इन्होंने फार्मा रत्न 2017 में इनको मिला। बहुत खुशी की बात है। पीके जग्गी साहब के बारे में जितना कहूँ कम है, क्योंकि ये इन्वॉल्व है पॉलिसी मेकिंग में, नेशनल और स्टेट हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री के साथ में पॉलिसी मेकिंग्स में, और बहुत सारे जो ये होते हैं मेंबर्स हैं एथिक्स कमेटी में, और एडिटर भी हैं, एडिटर इन चीफ भी हैं आईपीजीए टुडे न्यूज़ में। तो जग्गी साहब के बारे में जितना भी कहूँ कम है, लेकिन इन्होंने जो लेगेसी है इनकी, फ्रॉम ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर टू स्टेट लाइसेंसिंग अथॉरिटी एंड हेड ऑफ ऑफिस, ये अपने आप में एक ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो सब कुछ बयान करती है। वेलकम पीके जग्गी साहब टू ग्लोबल पीआर टॉक शो।
Thank you, Shabaji. Thank you very much for the nice word you have spoken about me. I even never knew what you knew about me. Thank you for all that.
Lovely. Yes, sir. आपके बारे में सर हम लोग जानने के लिए इच्छुक हैं कि सबसे पहले तो आप सर ये बताइए कि आपने इतना बड़ा सफर तय किया, आपके साथ इतनी बड़ी लेगेसी है और इस लेगेसी को करना आसान नहीं है सर। तो मुझे पूछना है कि आप ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर के लिए क्या प्लान थे आप बनने के लिए?
बहुत अच्छा सवाल पूछा। टू बी ऑनेस्ट, जब मैंने फार्मेसी किया था, इट वाज लॉन्ग बैक इन 1975
जी,
एंड फ्रॉम द कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी। So that time, even people never knew what exactly pharmacy is.
Oh.
Whenever we used to tell, whenever we used to tell any of our seniors in, say, family, "Arey bhai, kya kar rahe ho?" I used to tell, "I am doing pharmacy." They would think if I am doing something relating to farming, that is agriculture. I used to tell them, no, it is pharmacy is different. It is manufacturing of drugs, testing of drugs, R&D of drugs and all that. They would not understand that time. Anyhow, that was my struggle time. and I completed my first diploma in pharmacy. I was lucky enough that I got uh, a silver medalist. I'm a
जी
silver medalist there also, and applied for my this scholarship.
जी
So I got that also. Basically, I belong to a medium class family,
जी जी जी
and that money which I was getting from the scholarship, that was very, very useful.
ओह
When I did complete my pharmacy,
जी
I was not knowing what should I do.
जी
Everybody has a what should I say, a dream to get some job. So
ओह
initially, I wanted to have some job as a manufacturing in a manufacturing unit, and that was my struggle time. I did get a job in a small scale manufacturing unit, and that was injectable units. I was very lucky in that. I did very hard work and with sincerity. And the proprietor of that small scale uh, unit, he saw my work, he saw my intelligence, whatever with dedication I used to do my work. He was very, very observant. He himself was a B farm from Lahore.
एक्सीलेंट
So that combination really clicked, and I was made the chief chemist also. And one day there was a advertisement in the newspaper I saw in UPSC drug inspector that to be appointed. So I also applied. I was not sure I'll be getting it or not because I came to know that there will be a interview for that. But
जी
because the number of posts were only 8 and the number of applications were many, the UPSC had decided to uh, take a written exam for that. So when the written exam was there as many as 300 students were there, rather maybe a little more than that, and only 43 of them were called for interview.
हम्म
So out of the 43, when I saw so many people were there and some of them were already serving as drug inspector,
ओह
I knew I will not be selected. Anyhow, so that apart, I was very lucky that I could manage that in the sense with my knowledge and with my sincerity also. And perhaps I had scored well in my written exam also.
हम्म
So here also I was placed as number two, and I got selected in Delhi government, and I worked there for such a long time. And as already you have told, I had risen so many steps also, and ultimately I retired from there as the head of office and licensing authority.
लवली सर
So
लवली
that is
लवली
my
सर
journey in drug control department.
Lovely, sir. Sir, I have one question. Can you share something about your struggle time and who is your mentor? Because we are very much interested to know about your mentor because you are mentor of the mentors.
No, that is, I mean, you are saying something which I take it with humility. I can only say that my father was with me all the time.
Yes.
I studied in a public school initially, then in a government aided school.
Mm-hmm.
And my father used to see that himself was a pharmacist also, I may tell you. Since he was a pharmacist, he wanted to see me that in a some good position, not necessarily that I will be in pharmacy, but he was definitely my mentor. He would see to it that, and he used to teach me also,
Oh,
and up to the my 10th and 11th, and all the time whenever I needed any book, or he would see to it, even if he could not afford it from his resources, he would manage it. And I can share all this to my parents, of course,
mhm.
to my teachers in my college, and to my wife also, who has been standing all through with me in my struggle time. And even when I was married in 1979, that time also I had initiated my LLB, and in late in the night I would study also my LLB course also. Then I continued my studies. I did my MBA also. So you can understand her sacrifice in my journey also.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
that is
Lovely
all.
thought about it.
I can only say that they have stood with me, in my difficult times. And where I am, it is all because of them, my parents, my teachers, and my wife.
और ये भी सच्चाई है कि एक कामयाब इंसान के पीछे एक कामयाब औरत का हाथ होता है, और आपने भी अगेन प्रूव कर दिया है कि किस्मत जो होती है वो फीमेल की होती है, और मर्द तो सिर्फ मेहनत करता है,
जी,
सक्सेस अपने आप होता है।
करेक्ट,
माँ बाप की दुआएं, माँ
करेक्ट,
बाप
करेक्ट।
का आशीर्वाद और माँ बाप की जो प्यार होती है, वो हमारे कदमों को आगे बढ़ाने में बहुत काम आती है। सर, बहुत
जी, जी,
इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है। आई हैव अनदर क्वेश्चन।
हाँ,
Can you
जी।
share something about your memorable moment or any decision that you have taken that time, and you remember still that your decision was a perfect decision, and you have given a very good judgment to any industry people? Because see, your life is full of judgment, but any memorable judgment that you want to share with the industry?
Uh, Actually, all my life, there have been so many incidents like anybody else also.
Okay.
So I have done so many things in my drug control department also, but
जी,
I don't want to repeat them. But
जी,
I can only say that with hard work and honesty, and whatever you do sincerely, that will definitely give benefit to you in later part of your life, if not immediately. So nothing special about this. That was my job. I did it and with sincerity. And that's why people give me respect even after 7, 8 years of my retirement. Here, I may tell you, the day I got retired, the next day I got a call from the director of Delhi State Cancer Institute. Where are you, Mr. Jaggi? I said, I have gone to my old office. I just want to hand over my charge to the new incumbent. I called the meeting in the meeting room where I used to sit. I did not sit there. I asked my colleague, junior colleague, to sit over there. He was hesitant. I told him, no, now you have to sit here only. And then we had a cup of tea. And in the meanwhile, I again received a call. And then I went to the Delhi State Cancer Institute. I was astonished to know that I have been hired there also. So without my knowledge even, so what I want to convey is, whatever you do, your goodwill travels before you reach there. So whatever you do, good or bad, it will reach your people around you before you reach that place. So I served the Delhi State Cancer Institute, which is one of the best institute in India for the treatment of cancer, for 6 years. And last year only, because of my health, I thought I'll be doing injustice if I continue. Let the younger blood come and they do better things than what we have been old people continuing. So
Sir,
I
I
left that
have
job.
special regard for the regulators, especially not only for the Indian regulators. We have
Yeah,
regards for every country's regulators. And one thing is very important in relation to the Indian pharmaceutical industry. So everybody is talking about when we will achieve the $100 billion market size of Indian pharmaceutical industry. So I always
right.
say industry will grow the moment FDA will grow. The more stringent law will be in place, then quality will grow up. And the moment quality will go up, then market size will go up again. The best example is the best FDA is US FDA right now in the world. And the medicine is very costly right there or there because of the quality concerns. So the moment we are growing from the semi-regulated to regulated market, and now we are leader in the supply of medicine across the world. And during COVID, our government has done a tremendous job in providing the medicine across the world, whosoever were in need of the medicine. So, what is your opinion about the $100 billion market? Do you think that first if, regulation should be very strong so that quality will increase and then our market size will increase? Can you comment?
I agree, Shabasa, that we can only grow when our quality of our pharmaceuticals is quite high. And everybody knows that we are considered as the pharmacy to the world because we are supplying drugs to more than 100 countries all over the world. And the 100 billion or million mark is not much. But
Excellent.
here I want to say that we can all grow, whether the industry or the FDA, if the FDA people or the drug control people, they are facilitators to the manufacturers and the industry and the trade also.
Lovely.
So if we are there for finding faults only, because law is so exhaustive, can you believe? Even every day I read my book, that is my Bible, I consider, that is
Oh,
the Drugs and Cosmetics Act,
lovely.
as well as the Drugs and Magic Remedies Act, also to some extent. I always carry my book of Bible in my pen drive also. It is
Excellent.
always with me in my laptop. So
Excellent.
whenever there I find an opportunity, I try to go through it and try to say revise myself,
G.
say what exactly each meaning of the law has. So all these years, what I felt that why people respect you even after you retire is that you do something good, you facilitate them. If they grow, then only the industry will grow, whether pharmaceutical or otherwise. So this
Thank
is my
you very
message to
much.
you.
Thank you very much for your insight, sir. One very burning question is my own question actually, sir. There is a huge crisis of skill crunch in the industry, but on the other hand, there is a serious concern about the jobless people. And in today's era of COVID, everybody is worried about the career. So I just want to raise one question, especially the academia right now. I'm talking about the pharma academia. They are giving 1 month training, industrial training, or the 3 months industrial training, and they try to do the training in any manufacturing unit. But manufacturers are not ready to give that training because they are going there and giving some losses of instrument and something else. So there
Yes.
should be at least 1 year training program so that they can learn something, and by hook or crook they can get the permanent job as well or there, and they can contribute something to the manufacturer as well, because in 3 months or 1 month time neither they can learn something, neither they can give something to the manufacturer. So there should be law in place to at least 1 year training, industrial training program, so that whosoever get chances of appointment can get the appointment there in the industry also. And those who are interested to continue their education can continue as a BM farm and then further as well. What is your opinion on this?
See, I'll begin with this, that when I did my graduation pharmacy, even I had a difficulty in finding a training job for myself. Training job for myself. I was prepared to do training without getting any stipend or otherwise. And I was lucky enough that I got a uh, trainee job uh, near our residence also in the industrial area. And for 1.5 months, I used to go on my own on my bicycle and do 8 hours of job and come back. And I was not paid a single paisa. And here again, what you said, the employers or the industry people, they are very, very dicey. They think there could be some harm or some pilferage from the unit by this new guy we are not very conversant about.
Mhm.
So this definitely difficulty is there, but for making law for everything is difficult. I can only say that we have to involve the industry people and the academia also to see that there is a good combination with them and there is a good understanding with them, so that the industry people are able to absorb some of the students at least who want to go into industry or manufacturing or even in quality control or in research for some time and pay minimum stipend, because a pharmacist, B Farm or a graduate, basically he should get something as a remuneration of the training.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent, sir.
yeah.
Sir, there is another question. NHS United Kingdom is one of the best healthcare service provider in the world, and their pharmacists are getting better salary than the doctors, and they have good in demand, and they are getting the uh, support system as well, very good support system from the government department people. So can we do something NHS type practices or training for the Indian pharmacist in India, so that we can help them up to grow in life and to support the healthcare system. Right now, in healthcare system, doctors and nurses are doing very good job, and pharmacists are not so much associated with the doctors, because in England, when I'm talking about the England, their pharmacists come first, and then doctors and nurses follow them up, and whatever diagnosis, so doctor is talking about the diagnosis only, and then pharmacist is sorry, guiding to the doctors what to prescribe, and then pharmacist guiding to the nurses as well what to do. So he is the commander in healthcare services. But in India, I think there is something lacking when we talk about the uh, team of healthcare system in India. So pharmacies is not playing a vital role, but this vital role should be included in the Ministry of Health, so that doctors, pharmacists, and nurses and the paramedics as well can do wonderful job and can help this healthcare system at global level. What is your opinion about that?
I agree Shavaji, what you have said. Uh, Basically, the pharmacists there, they are PharmD students.
Acha.
So in India, also the Pharmacy Council of India has very recently, during the 4 5 years, they have started the PharmD course. So there, the clinical pharmacology is taught in a better, rather detailed manner, whereby the grasp of the pharmacist is more, and he is able to guide the doctor what is the contraindication, what is the dosage, what is a better drug than this, what is available now. So they are, that's why they are given more respect in the Western countries. So
Yes.
this is true. But here
Thank you.
in India, we have the diploma in pharmacy, which is a 2 years course. Then we have the degree in pharmacy, which is a 4 years course. Then we have the M.Pharm, which is again 2 years course. So unless the qualification is raised, and you can't get respect from the other healthcare colleagues also, when they are doctors or otherwise. But here in India, recently, now things are changing. As I told you my story also, in 1975, nobody knew what exactly pharmacy is. There are hardly, very few colleges in imparting education in pharmacy in India. BHU, Pilani, and very few others. So now things have changed. We have, I can say, we have suffered. Now the people who are coming into this profession, they will be definitely better placed. But one thing for the baseline would definitely be hard work, honesty, and sincerity to their own self and to their work. This
Thank you, sir.
that way only the profession will grow and will get respect also
Thank you, sir. I
in
have
this society.
few more questions. I have few more
Please,
questions, and I want
please.
to ask that questions right away. There should
Okay,
be, it is my opinion, there should be a classification like D Pharma, diploma in pharmacy is also pharmacist, B Pharma is a
correct,
pharmacist, M Pharma is
correct.
pharmacist, Pharm D is also
Yeah,
pharmacist.
yeah,
There should be a classification that D Pharma is should be the pharmacist, and B Pharma or M Pharma or Pharm D should be a pharmacologist. What is
yeah.
happening out here in India? There is a vacancy of D Pharma, and for that all M Pharma and Pharm D are applying. This is a
Correct.
disgrace to the profession actually, and government should
I
understand
agree.
this thing very well, because government is giving the salary of D Pharma to the M Pharma and the Pharm D people. This is not a justified kind of thing. This is disgrace to the profession. This should be highlighted so that, see, respect should be everyone. It is a mandatory thing. This is one question.
Correct. Yeah.
And after that, I have two more questions, sir. Please.
See, as you know, there are so many number of colleges that have recently come up, particularly in South India, really teaching this pharmacy subject. See, number of students that is turning out in pharmacy is more than the requirement. So the number of jobs for the in the government is limited, and when there is a limited number of jobs, demand and supply, that will always weigh. And some people don't want to have their own units, start their own unit, or even say have their own chemist shop also, or wholesale shop also. They can go into it that. So what you are telling is the people, inform people applying for a job for a pharmacist for dispensing of drugs in a pharmacy, in a local hospital or a dispensary. Definitely, I also agree with you. It is disgraceful. But if there is nothing to fall back, they have to support their family also. So the government cannot do much about it unless the number of colleges is reduced and the number of seats in the vacancies rather in the government sector is increased. So that is not possible personally. And the Pharmacy Council of India is one body which has to look after all these education regulations, approval of colleges, and all those things. So we can always refer to them, and I'm sure they are already seized of this problem. They are aware of this.
The one good news that in United Kingdom, NHS gives 10 pounds to the pharmacist for early response. The moment doctor shares any query, that query goes to 3 pharmacists right away. And
Yeah,
whosoever responds first gets 10 pounds.
yeah,
It is encouraging and it is a very good income as well to the pharmacist. Why not
correct.
we can implement out here in India, because
Yes,
doctors are especially very busy person. They hardly spare time for the skill upgradation, and the weak part of the doctor is pharmacology, because I have worked with the
correct,
doctors of AIMS, doctors of Ramanohar Lohiya, RML, and so many doctors as
correct,
well during my career as a medical writer. So the weakest point is the pharmacology. So we can
yeah,
help them up. We can help them as because our main job is the pharmacology. We know medicine very well,
correct.
and this will help a synergistic association as well. So there should be a system in place in India as well, the way NHS is
Right.
following. My last question about the pharmacy thing, because see, you are the right person whom I can ask every question. My
Always like,
last question is, there should
yeah,
be a pharmacy draft policy 21-22, so that
yeah,
we can take a look what is going on right away, and what is going on across the world in the pharmacy practices, so that we can implement the better
correct,
practices in India, because we are producing the
correct,
maximum number of pharmacists out here in India, and we are the one who can provide the jobs to the pharmacist as well, because there is a huge demand of pharmacists, and there is a huge skill crunch in the industry. The question is, skill crunch means there is a production of pharmacists, but not the qualified production. So this is the main question. We have to produce the quality pharmacist so that they can get the
correct,
best job at the right time with better salary. Right now, they cannot negotiate salary because they're not well knowledgeable, and they're not getting the experience actually. So these are the factors. For that, there should be a pharmacy policy 2021, and we as a responsible person should convey this information to the government of India and the state government as well, to join hands together with the industry and start a draft pharmacy policy 2021, in your leadership. What is your opinion, sir?
That's a very good suggestion, I would say. And whenever the occasion arises, definitely I will be one with you
Ah,
to write to the Ministry of Health also,
lovely.
where we can always say that a pharmacist is no less qualified, rather more qualified in terms of the pharmacology, pharmacokinetics, research, how the drug is affecting and all those things. And we can see to it that the uh, pharmacist is given more value and respect, which is very important. Here, I just want to add one more thing. Respect
जी
is of a pharmacist definitely is in one's hand only.
जी
As
सर
a pharmacist, I don't wear a white coat. What is the fun of it? Everybody is wearing a white coat,
हम्म,
whether it's a nurse or a doctor. Even as an advocate, when we used to appear in the court, we used to wear a black coat. Why there any shirking that the pharmacist should not wear a white coat?
हम्म.
Whenever anybody is at the, any pharmacist at the duty, at least he should wear his white coat, and the word pharmacist should be written on his this apron.
जबकि साहब मुझे पूछना ये था कि क्या आईएएस आईपीएस आईएफएस की तरह से जैसे हम फार्मेसी को शॉर्ट में पीएच बोलते हैं, पीएच मतलब फार्मासी,
Hmm.
तो क्या हम आईपीएचएस कर सकते हैं इंडिया में? क्योंकि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को चाहिए कि आईपीएचएस हो, तभी तो उनकी चीजों को वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करेंगे अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड। आज हम ये बोलते हैं कि प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा हो रहा है, सप्लाई नहीं है। आज हम ये बोलते हैं कि लोग अप्रूवल्स दिए जा रहे हैं और अप्रूवल्स तो हो रहा है लेकिन क्वालिटी मेंटेन नहीं हो रही है। तो कोई बात नहीं है, अगर प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है तो अच्छी बात है। अब हमें तो क्वालिटी ही तो मेंटेन करनी है। मतलब कहीं ना कहीं लॉ की जरूरत है, कहीं ना कहीं एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की जरूरत है। हम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में वीक हैं तो जॉब तो चाहिए, तो ज्यादा
Hmm.
प्रोडक्शन होगा, कुछ लोग देश में रहेंगे, कुछ लोग विदेश में रहेंगे। तो क्या आप एग्री करते हैं कि आईपीएचएस टाइप की कोई चीज गवर्नमेंट को इंट्रोड्यूस करनी चाहिए?
Suggestion which you have given for a central cadre for the pharmacists
जी
throughout India, for the regulators as well as the pharmacists, is very good. Maybe it will take some time, but here all the say the ministry people, the people from the Pharmacy Council of India, people from the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, they have to sit with conquer that definitely this is something good for the benefit of the society at large, because uh, then there will be many things which can be ironed out at the
जी
very initial stages. कि ऐसा नहीं कि ये सब कुछ कह रहे हैं, वो सब कुछ कह रहे हैं. The things can be ironed out and we can definitely grow. I'm not sure if in any other country there is a cattle of pharmacists or cattle of regulators anywhere in the world. But that doesn't mean we cannot make a start. A very good idea and a very good suggestion. I really admire that. And whenever the occasion arises, I will definitely stand with you. And wherever
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
need, we will write to them.